January 9th, 2025. Coffee with Malcolm. I have McDonald's coffee this morning. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I got here early so that I could do a stream like normal. We got a winter storm coming. The whole world's falling apart. You got California's on fire. Everybody else is frozen. Earthquakes all over the place. It's the end of the world. Let's see here. Let's start our little poll. Da, 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 da. And there we go. Ta-da! Good morning, Johnny. What's up, Johnny? How are we doing today? I'm here a little early. Gonna do the live stream like I'm supposed to, so I can chat with you guys. I think it's like 29 degrees outside, something crazy like that. 24 degrees outside. So yeah, pretty darn cold, but I got a hot cup of coffee, so that's good. We have our poll. Is it the end of the world? Yes, no, and as we know it. If you know the REM song, it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine. Because you really can't do anything about it, right? They may cancel our class tomorrow, I don't know, because of this impending winter storm that's coming through. Good morning, Brandy. Thank you for joining us today. Those wildfires in California are quite insane. Quite insane indeed. What the Palisades and these, they say it's all the rich homes being burned down. It can be like $6 billion worth of damage just in the Palisades for homes. That's how much they're worth. And then they're talking about insurance and all this. I don't know. Earthquakes and those fires. I don't think I could live in California just for those two reasons. Earthquakes and fires. And, well, the third reason, the expense. It's expensive as hell to live there, and you're going to be shook to death and burned alive. So, hey, Wesley, what's going on, man? Yeah, you're staying in Ohio. I'm staying in Georgia. I'm not going anywhere. But they are talking about a winter storm and coming through tomorrow with sleet, snow, and all this other stuff. And people are already panicking at the stores, buying milk and bread and toilet paper, and it's like total mayhem and chaos. And everybody's, we're all going to be locked in forever. It's going to be like maybe a half an inch of something with a few patches of ice. I've got the Subaru all-wheel drive. I've got new tires on here too. So, yeah, chosen one. If I did, would you have heard it? But anywho, yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'll be just fine. We got natural gas in the house. So even if the power went out, we could turn on the stove and let the burners keep the house warm. So, yeah, whatever. And getting better. Winter storms and going to California and getting burned alive. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. HK from North Carolina, good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. It's just our little casual conversation over a cup of coffee that we do each morning, and I'm glad you're here. Yeah, you're going to have a bunch of panic in Texas. They say Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, up into Tennessee today. And then tomorrow it should be coming through my area of Georgia to where, everybody's going to be freaking out. And, and I don't know how it is in Texas, but if it gets a little icy or a little snowy in Georgia, everybody forgets how to drive. It's pretty insane, if not stupid. People just, I don't know, they feel like they can just keep on driving, 10 inches in Ohio? No, thank you. No, thank you. As a kid, I liked snow, playing in it and things, but now I'm just a grumpy old guy, and I don't want to have snow. I don't. Oh, but some people look forward to it. You see all these things about sledding and things like that, building snowmen and all that kind of stuff. Big trucks look like skateboards slipping and sliding. Oh, and then you got those massive car pileups that happen in winter storms. You see those. Where you have like 100 car pileup on an interstate because nobody's paying attention and people just keep driving into each other. Why milk eggs? Rice, clean water, and jerky. That is wise choices. But it's almost comical what people will go to the store and buy here in the South. And it's always a joke that milk and bread sell out first. You gotta have your milk sandwiches. But, hey, Shashim. You're in South Carolina, Teresa? Well, I hope everything's going well for you in the impending storm. But yeah, I remember when the hurricanes came through, which was pretty massive and devastating as well. People were coming from other states down to Georgia to get supplies, and they didn't buy milk and bread. They bought beer and bread. Cleaned the shelves out. Every store I went in town. We had power and everything. We didn't get hit. And people bought beer and bread. I wonder if they're going to do beer and bread this time too. But the other person said water, rice, and jerky. That's perfect. That's genius. Oh, you're in the UK? All right, man, that's cool. How's things going up there? I'm sure they're nice, wet, and cold up there too. Now, my coffee ventures through the week have included Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, and McDonald's. Say what you may about McDonald's, but their coffee's not too bad. Yeah. If Oprah Winfrey lost a house, I feel bad for them in a way, but in another way I don't. If you've got a $10 million home, you're going to be fine. They'll just fly off to one of their other houses or something like that. They're going to be fine. Boo-hoo, you lost your $10 million home mansion. Yeah. So, what's funny? No, the extent of it, and I guess it's just hitting like the Hollywoods and all the rich places. So, I don't know. Austin, you got snow, man. 10 degrees. No, thank you. The blue roads seem to protect. They think, yay. Well, they were talking about the insurance on those homes too. That just last year, State Farm, and I just heard this on the radio a few minutes ago, State Farm dropped like 70% of their clients in California, refusing to give them insurance cover because of stuff like this. And they did it last year. I bet they're sitting in their offices now going, whoo, dodged a bullet there. Hey, where's that banana video, Austin? I haven't seen the link yet. So some of them will get insurance claims, but I don't know. It's like you don't feel bad for the guy who crashes a Lamborghini, Of course, you don't want the person to be hurt, but you're like, oh, well, you lost your Lamborghini, It's not like the person with the Toyota Tercel, their only car to work and back. That's the person you feel bad for, right? Conor McGregor, finally somebody said it. Thank you, Abbas. It could be a lot worse, yeah. 8 degrees and stuff, 11 degrees. Give me to like 11, I'll upload it. Send me the link, Austin, or tag me in it. Something like that, so I'll be able to watch it. the end would come. Well, if you follow Jewish belief, when the Messiah, actual Messiah, comes, we'll have world peace and everyone will know God, and everything will be a utopia. And there'll be no more war and all this other stuff. So, depends on which way you're looking at it. You can do Revelations where everything, the four horsemen are going to come from the sky and rip everybody to shreds. Or you can be like, you know what, when the end times do come, it'll be paradise, it'll be fine. I choose the latter. But anywho, you're to each their own on religious beliefs. Not bad. It really isn't that bad. It's pretty decent coffee. Not the best, but it's decent. Yeah, I had a stream with the banana taped on the wall behind me because it sold for millions of dollars as art. And so Austin wanted the banana. I mailed him the banana. I signed it, left the tape on it. I signed it with a Sharpie and mailed it to him. He did an unboxing video. I'm sure the banana is probably in the trash right now, or should have been in the trash by now. I don't know if he consumed it or not. I don't think he did. I can imagine the banana making the trip and then in the mail like that and being edible. I know it's early for me. 10:23. Are you out in the middle of the Atlantic? How can it be only 10:23 where you are? Or is it 10:23 in the evening? That may be more like it. No, you said 10:23 in the morning. I don't know. You can't freeze a banana. The peel will turn black. Yeah, bananas are pretty touchy. It's I still find it fascinating how they can get those bananas from Central America into the United States in almost like pristine condition and then still sell them for like 50 cents a pound. The coffee's good. It's decent. It's not the best, but you know. They have a coffee pot inside, and like I said yesterday, it's the cheapest coffee pot they could ever buy. I don't know if they found it on the side of the road or, you know, fashioned it together out of leftover plastic, or it's like a $5 coffee pot they bought at Dollar Tree or something. It's the worst. It's probably the plastic is full of BPA. We're all gonna die from it. And I'm like, you know, I said, we got to upgrade this coffee pot because it's their office, and I was joking with them about it. And they said, yeah, we need to get a bigger one. And I thought, you don't need to get a bigger one. You need to get a better one. Size is not the problem of the coffee pot. It's the fact that it's garbage. Every time you try to pour a cup, coffee would just come out of the carafe. It would just spill everywhere. Yeah. Well, I guess they'll have to keep using plastic, Austin, unless you can find a fully stainless steel coffee maker, which I don't think you can find. It's going to have some plastic in it. Yeah, it's evening for you in Australia, so it should be nice and toasty in Australia right now. Thanks for joining us anyway. Got all that inside shop work. Little House on the Prairie. The only part I liked about that show, Little House on the Prairie, was the intro of the girl running down the hill and like tripping and face planting. That was the best part of the show for me. I know this sounds mean, but I can still see her little dresses. La 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 la, flap. I was like, okay, I watched what I needed to watch. I don't care what else happens in the rest of the show. I remember when I first saw that, I did bust out laughing. I was a little kid when I saw that the first time. I was laughing about it. And then as I got older, I got thinking, why did they leave that in there? I wasn't the only person laughing about that. the people who filmed that probably laughed and said, we got to keep that in there. It's like, if nothing else, they'll tune in for the first minute and a half and they'll see this girl face plant down a grassy hill. We'll at least get that part of the audience. Hey, Matthew, good morning to you. Yeah, I know about the Glastic and stuff, but, I try to recycle. We've been through that before, that conversation. But anyway. Thanks, Michael. This is the best channel. Hey, I try to tell people, just think of this as you're going to your local coffee shop and you strike up a conversation with a friend or a stranger. That's all we're doing here. No real agenda, just kind of shooting the breeze, that type of thing. So, no big deal. Talk about the weather and the news a little bit. Not even the bad parts of the news. They talked about health insurance, the Affordable Care Act. 24 million people signed up for it this year. That's double what it was 4 years ago. A lot more people are getting more health insurance, which is good, right? It's good that people are able to get those type of things that they need for their families and everything like that, so they can, get the care they need. I didn't get health insurance for a long time, in my 20s and stuff. All right, Michael, have a good night. Sweet dreams. I hope you have a good day tomorrow, sir. I didn't have insurance for a long time, especially through my 20s. I was just like, I'm invincible. I'm not going to die. Nothing's going to happen to me. And fortunately enough, nothing did. Nothing did happen to me. I never had any major or any really even minor incidences that needed medical attention through my 20s and part of my 30s. So yeah. You're still on your parents' health insurance? Are you earning your keep to stay on your parents' health insurance? Well, that is true according to the New Testament, Nate. I will give you that. According to the New Testament, that is accurate description. But, yeah. They don't charge you rent? Okay, so you kind of do a little labor, cut the grass, rake the leaves, take out the trash. Abnorm! Hey, how's it going, Abnorm? Thanks for joining us this morning. You guys are awesome. I'm working on my hours. I'm up to like 2,400 hours, watch hours on my channel right now. Got to hit that 3,000 mark. And I'm doing it with your guys' help. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, and watching all that stuff. The sad doctors don't know. Well, it's a business. It's a business, the health industry. It's just a business. It's a complete business. Hospitals are for-profit businesses. Hospitals are a for-profit business. Doctors are for profit. I mean, and that's what they took the job for. They wanted to make money, Where's the X? I left it at the house. It was originally an apartment. Now it's a house. So you have upstairs and parents have the downstairs. That's cool, man. Churches are a business as well. Oh, yeah. I did computer work for this Baptist church. Huge Baptist church. Multiple buildings and floors and all this other stuff. And they had staff, full-time staff, Monday through Friday, sitting at a desk, answering phone calls, doing stuff. It was just kind of wild to me that they had all that work to do. Your mom's a doctor, for profit. That's cool. Everybody has a job for profit. I'm not doing my job at the post office for charity. I don't love stamps that much. I want to get paid. There's profit and profit. That's right, Nate. The English language. Isn't it fun? Like I asked the question, why do you drive on a parkway? and park on a driveway. Make that one make sense. The Hubble stamp. Betty White. There's going to be a stamp for Betty White coming out this year. Good old Betty White. She was a hoot. She was hilarious. That's good, Austin. It's good you're pulling your weight. Yeah, if you're not married or having kids and you're cool live with your parents, who cares, man? You could be like my brother, and I'm not knocking my brother. I'm just saying, you could be like him. He's 56 and he's living with my dad right now in the house we grew up in. Yeah, Betty White was hilarious. She was so genuine and just funny. And a Tupac stamp and a Biggie stamp. They had a hip hop stamp last year or year before, and it looked like people breakdancing on the stamps. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do a Tupac stamp. I don't know if they'll even do a Michael Jackson stamp. They may eventually. I don't know. Am I Shane's gay cousin? No, I'm Shane's straight cousin. Yeah, the gay cousin couldn't make it to the cast today. No plans of leaving. Yeah, it's out. 18, I was gone. As soon as I graduated high school, I was out the door, gone. You couldn't make me stay. Couldn't make Bismarcky. I don't know Bismarcky. I have to look that up. But somebody asked me, I get this often at the post office, people ask me like, why don't they put so-and-so on a stamp? And I was like, well, only dead people get on stamps. And then they're like, oh. I remember when Trump got elected the first time, and some guys came in and they were upset that we had stamps for all these people, but we didn't have a Donald Trump stamp. And I was like, well, only dead people get on stamps. And he was like, oh, okay. Like I was threatening the president or something, and I was just stating the fact. Oh, there is if you go to stamps.com, it costs you a little bit extra per stamp, but you can have custom stamps made. So you can get a stamp with your face on it. You can get a stamp on with my face on it. And I'm sure they're subject to approval. You can't just put, obscene pictures on stamps and then use them on your mail. But you can get custom made stamps. I thought it would be funny if it was just a black and white stamp that said generic stamp. That was it. Finally sell something like that. I think it'd be hilarious. I like some of those generic stamps, please. Can't offend anybody with those. People get offended with a stamp with Flat Stanley. I heard of Flat Stanley. That'd be cool to see. They should. I don't know who decides, but who gets on stamps? I'm sure there's some kind of committee, and they decide which stamps they're going to make. But like I said, you can go to stamps.com and have stamps made with whatever picture you want. You can have your family on there, your dog on there, your own face on there. Place stamp here. Or a stamp that says do not lick, because they're all peel and stick now. That'd be funny. Have stamps like that. But your bill collectors, it's only for your own humor and entertainment. Most people who send stuff and put a stamp, it's for bills and things like that. Maybe Christmas cards and birthday cards, but most time if you're mailing anything, it's for bills, which is kind of sad in a way. And writing a letter to somebody, sending somebody a postcard, it's just different than getting a text or an email. It's something you can hold in your hand. Somebody took the time, pen and paper, all that kind of stuff. They put forth the effort to send a thoughtful letter to you in the mail, and you can hold it and keep it and write something back. I don't know, would you call it a dying art? Corresponding by mail? Not anthrax stamp. Yeah, you could have all kinds of them. Make all kinds of stamps. I don't know how much they cost per stamp. I know a regular stamp at the post office is 73 cents right now. Old school life was more better. Yeah, well, you have to say, you have to take the word more out for proper grammar. So it'd be old school life was better, Malcolm, not more better. You can't have most bestest, and you can't have more better. And that's your grammar police for the day. I know I say stuff. I'm not perfect grammar either. You know, I have a southern accent, and I say weird stuff too. But it's all good. Wesley, I don't think is going to lose any sleep. Most bestest life was pre-technology. Oh, well, even in the 80s, all the little stuff and doodads and gadgets, that was like modern technology, you know? And they thought, you know, Atari was going to, you know, melt our minds and make us worthless, you know? You could email me the banana video. Nope. Austin, I want you to put that banana video on a floppy square disk and mail it to me. If you can find a floppy disk and the ability to copy stuff to it, kudos to you, sir. When in better days, choose from nowadays. Smartphones have ruined us in a way. I don't think people are meant to be able to absorb as much knowledge as the internet provides. I don't think it's sustainable. It messes with people. They still do make floppy disk adapters. You're right. All right, I know. On the square floppy disk, the little one, not the big 5.5, but the 3.25. How much memory could you copy to one of those disks? Let's see who can answer first. Who's got the answer? How much memory could be stored on a 3.25-inch floppy disk? I'll wait. That's your trivia for the day. Hey, sweetness. 3 gigs. 1.4 megabytes. 1.4. That's how much you could store on a floppy disk. You could put one small spreadsheet on a floppy disk. Yep, 1.4 megabytes. So it would take you 3 million of those to put 3 gigabytes down. Half a song at best. That's low quality song recording too. A tenth of a song. 1.4 megabytes. But that was great back then. You weren't doing music and movies and pictures. You were doing documents, spreadsheets and documents. So to be able to copy those, that's all you needed. Yep. Abnorm, that'd be 5 million of those. It's like insane. Yeah. 1.4 megabytes. That's it. Very, very tiny. Very low quality. It'd be like, it'd sound like AM radio is static. It'd be such low quality. Oh no, Matthew, what? You're off to evict single mothers. Have a good one. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope everything goes swell for you today, sir. Hope everything works out. Wouldn't want to have that job. Kicking people out. Happy New Year. You can't live here anymore. Was it that squatters' rights? You'll find people going into vacant homes and just setting up shop and living there. In a lot of states, it takes a lot of court and police and all this other stuff to get squatters out of your home. But in Florida, they'll come to you. I saw this video in Florida. They don't have squatters' rights. If you're in a home that you don't belong, they'll come to you and just flat out arrest you and drag you out of the house. But not in Georgia. Georgia, you got to do these appeals, and you got to get court orders, and you got to prove all this, that, and the other. 1.4 megabytes. I don't recall the 5.5, the actual floppy 5.5 drive. I don't remember how much they hold. The 5.5 floppy held less, even though it was bigger, you know? And that's the crazy thing about computers. The smaller the device gets, the more it can hold. How is that even feasible? You know, I mean, you look at computers now. This phone I'm on right now, this phone could outperform probably all the computers I've ever owned since I was a kid, combined. It was 1.2 for the 5.5. Okay. Oh, we can still buy them. We have a catalog of supplies we can order at the post office, and those little 3.25-inch floppy drives are still on there that you can purchase for your office. I don't know we don't even have computer systems. We're all on laptops now. We don't have desktops anymore. And Giggle. That's me. I'm Giggle. 1.2 megabytes according to Giggle. Giggle. Hey, Weird Bagel. How are you doing this morning? I hope everybody's doing fine. Let's see what people think about the end of the world. 24% said yes, it is the end of the world. 52% said no. And 24% said as we know it, because they like REM. Oh yeah, the more power. The computer they used to go to the moon was just a series of switches turning things on and off. It wasn't like a motherboard and microchips and things that we think of today. You know, it had some calculations and maybe a display or two, but it was mostly just, needle gauges and switches. But it did calculate some things, but it was very clunky at best. Gosh, to me, it's fascinating thinking about the old computers from the 60s and stuff like that, in the 70s, how a computer would take up an entire room or a whole floor in an office building, and it could barely do anything. It was just like a giant calculator. Yeah, you're right, Abnorm. You're right. Technically speaking, you are right. If you break down computers, it's a bunch of zeros and ones, on and offs. But it's not like a computer you think of today with like a keyboard and a mouse, And I was watching, I almost got sucked into that rabbit hole of did we go to the moon or not? The Matrix. Have you guys watched The 13th Floor yet? You guys got to look that movie up, The 13th Floor, and watch it. Transistor is a switch. Abnorm's correcting me. He is correct. Abnorm is correct. It doesn't feel or seem like a computer compared to what we have today. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. The transistors makes the ones, zeros, the on and offs. I get it. Yeah, you're right, Abnorm. I'm not arguing the fact. It's just as far as like the simplicity of it compared to, anything from even the 80s, it's just like, yeah. A crazy movie, 13th Floor. It's wild. I think it's better than The Matrix, honestly. It seemed more feasible to me. Made more sense than The Matrix to me. Excuse me. What time is it? No, I got about 5 more minutes. 8 inches of snow. Yeah. I don't want any snow. I know you're not abnormal. We're cool, man. We're good. We're all good. This kind of reminds me of the nerd guy on The Simpsons. Well, actually, you know, the transistor does do all zeros and ones. No. It's up to your knees. I couldn't do that, man. I would be just... I do remember taking a quick little story. Me and a friend of mine, a fellow Army soldier, we had to drive this van from Tennessee all the way to Iowa with some sensitive material. So we're on our way. We stayed over at a hotel one night, and there's this light dusting of snow that next morning. And it was just enough to where I could make a snowman about 6 to 8 inches tall, and a little the 3 balls of snow, and then little sticks on it, and I put tiny pieces of gravel on it. And I made like this miniature scale snowman, right? And I had it on the curb of the asphalt in the driveway, and I took my camera and I took a picture of it and made it appear to be like this huge snowman outside that I'd built. And we took it back into the hotel. We're checking out. I took the picture and I went back in the hotel and I was like, man, there's a lot of snow out there. And they're laughing at me going, it's just a little dusted. I'm like, no, there's tons of snow out there. I built a snowman and everything. They're like, no, you didn't. There's not enough snow for a snowman. So check this out. I just took this picture out there. And they were like, that's not real. I said, you want to come see? And I took them out there and I had the little snowman on the curb, but I was blocking the view of the snowman, and I walked like 2 of these ladies out of the hotel that worked there. They just didn't believe me. I walked them all the way out there. When I stepped aside so they could see it, I said, oh, there it is. I built the snowman. And they're like, how did you make it look so big on your camera? And to me, it was hilarious. There's Stardashians. Eric, what's going on, Eric? No, I'm not skeptical. I'm not going to talk about that today. I shouldn't have mentioned it yesterday. I'm not. It's a whole nother subject. We could have more serious conversation about that skeptical on another day if you wish. But anyway, the little snowman trick was pretty cool. I still think I have that picture somewhere on my computer from an old phone. But yeah, I had little twigs and I put little pieces of gravel for the buttons and the eyes and everything. Yep. Any good beer recommendations when you turn 21? Beer was an acquired taste for me. And I didn't start drinking until I was 26. I don't know. It depends on what kind of food you like. Modelo is really good. Yeah, I'll agree. Modelo is really good. I'm good skeptical. Don't worry. I've got my medication. It was a downer. I really don't want to focus on that again. I was just thinking about that guy that blew himself up in the Cybertruck at the Trump Tower in Vegas. But anyway, I'm not going anywhere. Blue Moon's pretty good. It depends on... There's so many beers you can choose from right now. It's insane, all these microbreweries and things like that. And if you like citrus type stuff, there's beer that you can get for that. If you want the traditional Budweiser your grandpa drank, of course you can go for that. Modelo's really good. And if you're, to me, insane, you might like Guinness. That's like drinking syrup, licorice syrup or something. I don't know. I do not like Guinness. That is truly an acquired taste. But I think it goes back to what kind of food you like as well. If you like spicy food, or if you like more savory food and things like that, you know, you can consider beer to have a variety just like wine. Coors Banquet, the original Coors, yeah. I mean, you would just try them. Now, I know there's a grocery store where I live where you can go to the rack and there's all these different beers, and you get your little 6-pack holder and you can select 6 different beers and make your own 6-pack. And then that way you can get a variety of stuff and kind of just try them. If you really want to try beer, go find a store. Here in the Southeast, we have a store chain called Ingles. And in Ingles, you can make your own 6-pack. So, yeah, they have like 30-something bottle beers there, and you can just make your own 6-pack. Which is kind of cool if you really want to just try different things. You should like good beer. Some places, if you go to restaurants that have bars, not like Applebee's or something like that, but most bars will let you, if you can ask for a sample of one of their draft beers, they'll put a little, just one drink, one sip into a shot glass and let you taste a different beer that's on draft. So you can say, I don't care for that. Ooh, that one tastes good. And you can try different draft beers that way. Some restaurants will let you do that. Laura Ingalls, back to Little House on the Prairie. She never slipped and fell. Not on camera, anyway. I gotta go, guys. It's time for me to go inside and learn more about stamps and post office stuff. Thanks for hanging out, guys, watching me drink coffee and babble about random stuff. We'll be on again tomorrow morning. And I hope all of you have a great day. No! Like, subscribe, share, watch some of my other videos. You might like them. And I got some other stuff in the works. Hopefully I'll have them out soon. Maybe another Redneck Jew or a WTF News. I'm not sure yet exactly which one I want to put out first. But you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching and hanging out with me. Compliment a stranger. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.